Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato. We are having a lovely little look at Dorchester Goods Factory. Now, there's been a fair few comments, and this was sort of mirroring a little bit of my thinking as well. And that is that, you know, we've got a fair amount of established routes at the moment. You know, things are going well. We've got brand new locomotives and carriages operating on all of our major lines. We're going to continue to upgrade those as time goes by, and everything's making a fair bit of money right now. I mean, we were able to pay down our loans substantially by over, I think, 1.5 million. Actually, we paid 1.5 million back of our loan in the last episode alone. So financially, we're doing rather well. The next stage, I think, is actively trying to grow some towns, and in my personal opinion, Elstree and Borehamwood is seemingly a great town to start growing, and the way that we do that is by trying to fulfill some of the needs of the commercial growth and also the industrial growth, right? So we can decide to do that if we want to, and I think honestly that would be kind of a good idea. So goods, bread, and tools, all of those go towards the shopping facilities. So commercial area growth depends on the quality of connection to residential area and the coverage. Yeah, so basically we need some cargo. Alternatively, we could choose, if we wanted to grow the industrial side of things, and we need the industrial cargo. Either or, we need to get some cargo in here, and I think now is an opportunity for us. It's not going to be a super expensive endeavor, but it is going to be an endeavor that that, fingers crossed, has some sort of an impact. So the annoying thing about Elstree and Borehamwood is that there's not much around here that is actually very, you know, productive, I guess. There's not much that actually produces stuff. I mean, there's a goods factory over there, but that's a little bit far away, and we'd need either plastic or planks for that. There is a fair amount of forests up here, and forests are good for being turned into planks, although we'd have to ship them. Where would we even have to ship them? We'd have to ship them for miles. So put it this way. There is a bunch of stuff around here. However, none of the stuff that... Oh, there's a place over there. There's a bunch of stuff around here, but none of this stuff is really... doesn't really take my fancy, to be honest, you know? It doesn't really tickle my biscuit, if that makes sense. We could try growing the industrial side of things. That might be a nice endeavor to undergo. The process that I'm sort of going through in my head right now would be basically taking wood from all these three forests. Oh, what is this? The Frontenac. Oh, love, that is a gorgeous, gorgeous boat. Or ship, whatever. Would be taking wood from these three, delivering it to this sawmill over here, and then delivering it to the Dorchester machine factory, and then we could move the machines, presumably to Dorchester, or to Elstree and Borehamwood, if we wanted to. I don't think that there's any other way of going about doing things. We need to make sure, when we do this, we need to make sure that we have the whole process covered from start to finish, and that's going to be much, much easier to do because we actually have reliable income right now, whereas in the other attempts that I undertook, I did not, and that was somewhat problematic. Alright, so let's go about getting a bunch of this stuff set up. Do I really care that it's going to cost me 30k? I kind of do, you know? I kind of do. I don't really want to spend a shit ton of money on it. That's not really what I'm interested in doing. 50k. 17... No, it's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, so we are going to have three sort of separate routes. Ah, that's respectable. That's fine. 3 separate routes dealing with all of the vehicles, because we're going to need a good few vehicles here on all 3 of these routes, because we're going to want to supply quite a lot of goods to the good old plank factory. I say plank factory. The real term is sawmill, but You know, plank factory kind of does it for me. Alternatively, we could have a train. We could set up a train, actually. That might be kind of nice. Oh, here's an idea. Here's an idea. Here's an idea. Here's an idea. If we were to set up a train station, how cool would that be? We could have like a specialist cargo line. This might actually be one of my less stupid ideas. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. Okay, let's turn this around so it's actually a little bit better for us. All right, let's plonk that down there. It's not exactly the greatest spot, but it'll do. All right, now let's try and get a respectable connection up to this line here. That's actually really, really affordable. Holy cow, and the speed is 120? Wow, we seem to miss almost all of the big hills, and it seems to be... Oh. Seems to be not trashing the environment too much. Yeah, let's go for something like that. That seems remarkably cost effective, or it did. I'm being offered 300k now. I would kind of like less than that. 200k? I mean, I'm not actually shy at spending money, but the cheapest that we can get it for, the best, really, right? All right, I'll place that. Make sure it's connected to the network. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. That's not a problem. And then we just need to merge it in. So for some obscure reason, we're going to be going a little bit over the existing track. That's a design aesthetic choice. It's fine. It's not exactly a big deal. It seemingly is still running, even though the look at that. I think this should work, right? I'm pretty certain this is gonna work. I guess we'll see. Anyway, we can get rid of this because we don't actually need it, because I've had a change of heart. Instead of delivering to this sawmill by road, we're now going to be delivering by road and by train. So it's very, very exciting indeed. Okay, let's get a vehicle road. Maybe a little bit bigger. Let's live dangerously, you know? Okay, 120k. No. 72k. That's respectable. I'll take that. 72k is fine. And we're also going to need some sort of a shortcut for this dude over here. 300k? 300k for a road? No, let's go for a narrow road. That seems much more appropriate for what we really want. Again, don't really want to go through like 10 hours of precisely planning out where we're going to go. But there we go. 160k for that road. You've got to be joking me. I can make a significantly cheaper road very easily. Mm, 15k, 15.2, 15.1. Yeah, you know what? I'll take that. It's not exactly the best work that I've ever done, but it's good enough. Let's stick a large truck station in here. Now, this is always going to be expensive, but I might be able to get it down by just a sliver. The fact that this is on a hill, it doesn't really help with things. 10k for a little bit of road. That's unfortunate that we had to do that, but whatever. Okay. This whole process, by the way, better be bloody well worth it. It better be worth it. I'm hoping beyond hope that it's going to be worth it. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's stage one. Stage one is going to be getting the cargo to the station. It's then going to be loaded up onto a train. It's going to come down here. It's going to join the main line that we've got to Framlingham. And the good news is that it's actually going to be able to go straight through Framlingham station. And how did I lose 1.3 million? Just all at once? I'd presume it's got to be because of some auto replacement. Was it third time's the charm? Did I just auto replace third time's the charm? No, I don't think I did. whatever it was, I auto-replaced something, and it cost a lot of money. Ha ha ha, a lot of money. Lot of money. Not like I was going to do anything with that money, but whatever. Whatever. I mean, we're still planning on making this route go all the way to Brackley, so we need to bear that in mind. Like, we can't make this route exclusively to the sawmill, because that's just not what's going on. Alright, that's a respectable curve. You know? Yeah, I know a respectable curve when I see one. God damn. It's so difficult to, like, have, it's so difficult to be able to, like, zoom out and just design your network. You really have to zoom in to see the land fucking up. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a little bit of an offshoot, if that's possible. Okay. Yeah, maybe not down to a tragically low speed, please. Alright. And then over here. Just like that. And then let's get a station in here. A freight station is exactly what the doctor ordered. Except, it's going to be quite expensive. Can we try making it a little bit cheaper? I'm gonna try this. This might not actually work, but it might work. It actually works. Wow. Look at that. Look at that steep hill. I don't know if any reasonable train would actually manage to deal with that, but apparently it's all in the day's work. So that should be fine for the most part. I just wanted to, like, roughly plan a little bit ahead just to make sure that we sort of knew what was going on, and then it should be relatively easy to connect this up. And if we click on the station, you can very, very easily see that it is within range of the sawmill, which is horrendously great news. Because if it was out of range, then that would have been a problem. But it's not, so it's fine. Anyway, let's go and set up some bus services, because why the hell not? So bus services, pretty much first priority. The first port of call for this. Buy some road vehicles. Horse wagons, should we get the latest and greatest? The latest and greatest in horse technology? Upgrading to horse carts? I think that this is absolutely acceptable to do this. I mean, we must be near to getting a new version, but I'm just gonna buy out a whole bunch of these things. I'm gonna say 5 per route. We'll give them a we'll call this Woody -1. It's pretty easy. Pretty simple. We're just gonna go from there to there, and that's Woody 1. Simple as that. And now we're gonna set Woody 2 up. It's not particularly complex. Woody 2. Woody -2. I just want to make sure that the naming convention is consistent. That's what I really care about, right? And horse wagon. Not the horse wagon. Wait, this isn't a horse wagon, is it? I'm pretty sure this is a horse cart. Yeah, that's a horse cart. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Set line. Woody 3. So I don't think these are going to make money. Not instantly, anyway. Woody -3. Yeah, I don't think these are going to make money instantly. It's going to take a very, very, very long time for this whole process to actually make money. But I'm actually kind of hopeful that it'll just work. It'll just work. Please just, you know, work. Alright, let's get a train depot, because we do need another one of those. Another one of those depot things. Whoops, whoops, whoops. There we go. 94K. Can't say that I'm exactly impressed with that price, but sure. Now, I'm just going to buy the Class 53 Prussian G3 because I don't think that there is any better train right now. I mean, this is just outrageously expensive for what it actually provides us, so gonna say no. Logs, steel, planks, that's pretty much what we want, right? Like, logs, steel, planks, yeah, sure, sign me up. Here we go. How long is this platform? That's a great question. How the heck long is that platform? How long can we actually build it out to? This is 160 meters, I guess. Yeah, so we can go up to 160 meters. I mean, I don't think that we're in any danger of going over 160 meters. I think that's probably a little bit of overkill, but not enough money. How did we just blow, like, fuck me, these carts are expensive. Holy shit, 3 of these and you've got the value of a train? That's kind of crazy. That is kind of insane, actually. All right, 50. I don't know if that's enough, though. 64 meters? I guess we'll give that a shot. All right, we'll call this one Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Light, is that how you spell Buzz Lightyear? I spelt it literally Buzz Lightyear, but I feel that it's not. Either way, that's the sort of name that we're going with. Of course, if we've got 3 Woodies, you got to have a Buzz Lightyear, right? Now there is going to be some signaling shenanigans that I'm probably going to need to manually fix here, right? Because we're not going to want to have 2 trains colliding at the same time, which is rather pesky. So we'll put a signal here. And I guess we'll hope for the best, right? We gotta hope for the best. Yep. You should be waiting. I still love how this train will go over this completely fucked up bit of... like, look at this. Look at that track. Look at that track. Look at it. It is horrendously bad. Oh my goodness. That is awful. That is really awful. All right, so fingers crossed we actually start to see a little bit of wood start popping up. Indeed, it has. It'll take a little bit of time for it to just filter through the system. But in the meantime, that gives us the opportunity to really think about what we want to do next. And that next stage is going to be transporting the planks to our factory of choice, and that is Dorchester Machine Factory. I think that the best way to go about doing this is going to be with a road vehicle. I don't think that there's any better way to go about transporting goods on this short a distance. I mean, it's either this option or we create like a dedicated specialist rail route from like here to here, which seems a little bit unnecessary for what we're really using it for. So I think we're going to give that one a little bit of a miss, if that's all right. Okay. Horse cart. Yep, it's got all the stuff that we need. It should be planks. There we go. Okay, set you on. I feel that since we're going for like a Toy Story theme, we can call this one, I don't know, we'll call this one Mr. Piggy or something, right? Mr. Piggy. Why not? Is it Mr. Piggy? Mr. Moneybanks, Mr. Piggy? I don't fucking know what his name is, as you can probably tell. Okay, and we need to place down another depot, because I apparently forgot to do that. Now, here's hoping that I don't immediately become horrendously bankrupt. That's what I'm hoping for. Not becoming horrendously bankrupt. Is that too much to ask? Sometimes I feel in this game it absolutely is. Alright. So, I've decided, against my better judgment, that we're going to be delivering our cargo to Dorchester. Purely because I'm more excited to see if this is actually going to make us any money. 110k to here, and 7k to there. So that cost me 17k. I mean, we did even do a little bit of terrain sculpting. But hey-ho. Anyway, what we are going to be producing is we're going to be producing the good old machines, and we're also going to be producing some of the good old tools. And if I'm not mistaken, they are both consumed in the industrial area of... No, actually, I'm wrong. One is consumed... The tools are consumed in the commercial building, and the industrial buildings consume the machines. So I was semi-correct, but I thought that they were both consumed in the industrial area. Oh, what is that? The DMG can't stat. Is that like the new truck on the block? Let me have a look. The DMG can't stack. Oh my god. I told you that there was a new one that was coming. I told you there was a new one that was coming. Doesn't matter. We'll be able to use that in our next little route that we're going to be planning here, which is probably going to be called Mr. Potato Head, considering I'm really creative with names. Where's the best place to stick a depot? Because we want to ideally reach as much of the commercial and... That, I mean, that's a great place. It's going to cost me 300k, but arguably... I mean, like, yeah, I mean, it's such a good value. Okay. If I build it there and then just connect it with road, you shouldn't have too much issue, right? There we go. And now I cover pretty much, not the entire city, but a good selection of both commercial and industrial buildings, which is fantastic. It's really, really good for us. Okay, now, have we got our first shipment of wood in? We should be seeing wood on the train, right? Ah, we've got 28 out of 28 logs. That's pretty much mission accomplished as far as I'm concerned. How many logs do we have waiting here? Nine logs waiting at the station. That's not bad. That's not bad. Have we transported any planks yet? I don't think we've transported any planks. I imagine we're probably losing money on a lot of these routes. Woody 1, 2, and 3. Woody 2 and 3 are making a little bit of money. What about Buzz Lightyear? Buzz Lightyear's lost me 200k already. Yeah, not surprised by this fact. Not surprised by this fact at all. Anyway, let's get some of the new road vehicle. And this is the road vehicle that we can actually use to transport the goods from the building that they're manufactured in all the way into town. There we go. We'll call this one Mr. Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head. There we go. Simple as that. Great thing about these guys is that they've got an extra slot of capacity, and I imagine that they've got a higher top speed as well. They do indeed. They've got a 5-kilometer higher top speed than the old horse cart. Horse wagon had 15 kilometers. Okay, so slowly but surely we are getting on in the world, which is lovely. Still no boats yet. Still no planes yet. I mean, it is 1890, so no real expectation of having any airplanes quite yet, but maybe one day. Maybe one day. In fact, one day for sure, if we can manage to stay profitable. 2 logs there. That's good. I'm sure they'll be scooped up. Now, what I could do, and what I was thinking about actually. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's cool. I imagine that that's a new like city bus. That's very cool indeed. What I could do, and what I was thinking about doing, is making it so that people would wait. Like we would have, we would wait for like a full load. That might be something that's worth considering in the future, but I'm not really that bothered about full loads at the moment. But it might be something to consider, I guess. It might be something to consider. Okay, 40 logs waiting there. Now, you know, don't get me wrong. I like this train. I like it a hell of a lot. But I don't think it's got enough... It doesn't have enough log capacity, right? It just doesn't. It straight up doesn't. It needs way more logs fitting on the back of that. It really does. We need way more... We need to be tugging way more logs to the depot. So I'm going to send it back to base for a little bit, and then we're gonna add on some extra carriages, and fingers crossed it has the desired effect of making me more money. I don't even know. Are we making any profit from it? Buzz Lightyear. We are making a little bit of profit from it. That's pretty good. Let's buy some more trains. I don't think that... Oh! That's cool. Triple the price, but double the capacity. Alright, let me sell off all of these while I still get good value for them. And then let me just buy as many state cars as possible. And hope that we don't go bankrupt in the process. That's 95 meters long. What capacity does that give us? That gives us 56 capacity. Is that enough? Maybe I'll try and get one more. Should I try and get one more? It's 400k. That's a lot of money. I'm just gonna let it loose on the world. I mean, 56 logs is a big task. We've only got 44 waiting. Train 4 has reached its lifetime and should be replaced. What is Train 4? Train 4 is the Featherstone Express. It's probably quite expensive to run now. 25 years. Okay, so it's not actually at its lifetime yet. It's just the carriages that are at a lifetime. Okay, that's fine. Well, the Featherstone Express I can queue up for an auto replacement. That's absolutely fine. Set vehicle. Prussian G3. Oh, the PLM 220. That's quite impressive, actually. 181k running expenses per year. 60 kilometers per hour max speed, though. You know, I don't see any reason not to get the newest of the new. It's gonna have to be grey, though, because that's the Featherstone color. Yeah, let's queue this up for auto replacement. I mean, it's gonna be bloody years before it's actually gonna be able to get to work, but hey ho. 2.11 million. 2.11 million minus the old vehicle, which is worth exactly what right now? 110k. Wow, that's great. So this should give us 44 passengers. I think that's more than respectable enough. The newest of the new. Swanky swank. I like it. I like getting the newest of the new. I really like buying new trains and stuff. It means cheap running expenses for a little bit. Okay, train number 6, by the way. Just train 6, actually, not train number 6. It's on its way to deliver a pretty substantial load of logs. That is going to be making a real difference, I think. Have we had our first delivery of machines and or tools? Now, we can't actually make machines yet because we don't have steel. Now, we could produce steel if we got iron ore and coal, but for now, I guess we'll just be producing tools, which is fine. I mean, tools are fine. That's absolutely okay with me. We are fulfilling 3% of the cargo demand in Dorchester. That is embarrassing, to say the least. But, you know, it's a step in the right direction, I suppose. It is a step in the right direction. We're not losing a substantial amount of money on any of our routes. The biggest one is Woody 3, and I imagine that those are kind of going to jump back into profit as soon as the train starts to become a little bit more frequent. That's the dream anyway. Well, you know what? We're going to finish up there. Ladies and gents, thank you very, very much for watching. My name, of course, has been Potato. This has been Train Fever. We've actually managed to do something other than passenger travel for once. Passenger travel is definitely still our staple, but we've got a nice little established network of tool production, which is kind of nice. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.